Hello friends, myself Dr. Nandakumar Raubawale from College of Engineering Ambazugai is going to deal with intellectual property rights. This is our 20th lecture on intellectual property rights. In previous lecture we have discussed about need of patent and its search. Then patent to be searched. What are the benefits of searching patent? Search engines that are used for searching the patents. Today we will discuss about introduction to trade secret. Then subject matter of trade secret, what comes under trade secret. Then essentials of trade secret, what are the conditions, essentials for calling it as a trade secret. Then protection to trade secret and benefits of trade secrets. Then trade secret and patent comparison, that we will discuss in today's lecture. The introduction to trade secret. A trade secret is a formula, practice, process, design, legal instrument, pattern, or compilation of information which is generally not known to the public. So it is very much clear. It can be anything. That may be a formula, that may be a practice followed, or that may be a process which is used, or maybe a design or a legal instrument, or maybe a particular pattern of object, or the process or compilation of information. If somebody is going to collect the information which is generally not known to the public, and by which business can obtain an economic advantage. So this information, this formula, practice, process, design, if it fetches any kind of economic advantage to the owner more than over the competitors or customers, that is known as a trade secret. Any information which is not known to the public but it is economically beneficial to the owner, then such secret or information is known as a trade secret. Then such secrets are referred as confidential information or classified information. The information which is not known to the other people, that is a confidential information or classified information which is very secret and is useful, known as a trade secret. Then subject matter of trade secret. What comes under trade secret? What is included in the trade secret? So very first we see manufacturing processes. So many more processes we are going to use to manufacture various components, machines and all. So such processes are new. If you have invented a new process which is generally not known to the public, then that process can be a trade secret. Then financial information. If you have any kind of financial information or the methods which will enhance your financial condition, so that can be a trade secret. Then commercial information. So if information is related to a commercial, or it can be converted into monetary benefits, so such information is called as a trade secret, or that comes under trade secret. So any technical information which is not publicly known can be a trade secret. Then sales method. So a particular company uses certain method to sell their product. Sometimes you might have observed the methods, chain link schemes used by Amway, and such chain link schemes are used in the market. So such methods are followed by certain dealers or some of the businessmen. The methods used to sell their goods are also considered into the trade secret. Then distribution methods. Sometimes the material or raw material or final product is distributed in different areas in different ways. That method can be a trade secret. Then consumers profile. So the consumers are your customers, or customers profiles are preserved by the dealer or the company. That profile of consumer which is preserved confidentially is also a trade secret. or advertising strategies. Many industries are going to advertise their product in different ways. The methods adopted by them to make the advertisement or strategies adopted by the companies for enhancing their sales, and they follow certain policies or methods for advertising, so that can also be a trade secret. List of suppliers and clients. So if a company is going to maintain the list of suppliers and their clients, or any what you call the people, those who are concerned with the industry or company, and their list is maintained, that list can also be a trade secret. Examples of potential trade secret. So what can be in future treated as the what you call as a trade secret? Formula for sports drink. If anyone is going to produce the sports drink, then a formula which is being used to create or produce sports drinks is also a trade secret. Then survey methods used by professional pollsters. So election polls are declared, so professional pollers are going to make the survey depending on their own method, and that method they are following to make the survey is also a trade secret. Then the recipes. Generally various people are going to do some food products, and they follow particular recipes to create a particular taste, so that recipe can also be a trade secret. A new invention for which patent application has not yet been filed. If a new invention is made and if its patent application has not been filed, then that new invention can also be a trade secret. And marketing strategies. So if anyone is going to have certain strategies to be followed to enhance their sales, the strategies followed by people in the market to enhance the sales can also be a trade secret. Then manufacturing techniques and then computer algorithms are also the examples of potential trade secrets. Then essentials of trade secret. What can be called as a trade secret? The information which is not known to the public is a trade secret. So first thing. Then second thing is, it must give the economic benefit. If it fetches the economic benefit, then it can be called as a trade secret. And third one is reasonable efforts to maintain secrecy. So you have certain formula which is not known to the public, and it gives you a economic benefit, whereas reasonable efforts are made by you to maintain the secrecy of information, then that can be called as a trade secret. If a trade secret follows or fulfills all these three conditions, then that can be called as a trade secret. Determination of trade secret. How we can determine that this one is the trade secret? So the extent to which information is known outside of one's business. So if the information is not known to outside of one's business, then it is a secret. Then that can be treated as a trade secret. But if the information is known to almost all people outside this business, then that cannot be called as a secret. The extent to which it is known by employee and others involved in one's business. So this information is known. Generally the information or secrecy is known to employees working with that industry or company or factory, but the extent to which it is known to employee and the people, those who are involved in that business, determines the secrecy of that formula. So that is one of the way. Then value of the information to one's and one's competitor. So if you have information but there is no value for that information, even if you have maintained it secretly, or if it is open and that has got no value in the market, or your competitor doesn't pay any value or does not treat that information as important for him, then such information is not a trade secret. That means if you have a secret, you pay some value, the importance to that information, as well as your competitor also pays the value or concentrates on such information, then that can be a trade secret. But if neither the person who carries business nor his competitor cares for that information, then that information is of no use. That cannot be called as a trade secret. The amount of effort or money expended in developing the information. So very huge amount is invested to develop such secret information, and then that information is useful, then the trade secret is most important or importance, and that can be treated as a useful information. So if that information is created by putting more effort as well as money, but if it is of no use, then that information is of no use, and that cannot be called as a trade secret. Even if you have invested less money and that information is of much importance, then that is a trade secret. The ease or difficulty with which information could be reproduced. So if it is very difficult to reproduce it, then that information which you have developed and the method that you have developed is a trade secret, and how it can be reproduced, whether it can be reproduced easily or it is very difficult to reproduce, depending on that whether it is trade secret or not, that is decided. Sometimes the information which you have reproduced is easier, then that has got lower tendency to fall as a trade secret. But if it is difficult to produce by some other person, then that is having the percentage of trade secrecy at higher range, and that can be treated as a important trade secret. And then protection to trade secret. So generally the trade secret when we are producing, so that has to be maintained secret. It is the duty of the owner of trade secret to maintain its secrecy or confidentiality of information. Therefore one has to restrict access to the information. So if you have some formula, that formula should not be known to everyone, so you have to maintain secrecy, or you have to restrict people approach to that information, so no one can go to that room, or no one can reach to the information or formula easily. Then limit the number of people who know the information. So in an industry or in factory, if some information is treated as a trade secret, then everyone should not reach to that information. So limited people have to visit, or limited people must have access to the information. If everyone has access to the information, there is a probability that the information can get leaked out, and that may not remain as a secret. Then third one is how the people who know the trade secret agreement in writing not to disclose the information. So how that information can be protected from leaking. So the people, those who come in contact with the information, or those who know the information, you have to make a contract with them or agreement with the people, those who are going to access the information, in writing that they will not disclose the information anywhere else. So first one, you have to restrict, that is the better way. If you cannot restrict access of information, then you can have a limit over the number of people having access of information. Even after that, if people have access to the information, then people have to write or have to sign the agreement that they will not disclose the information. And then after that, have anyone that comes in contact with the trade secret directly or indirectly sign non-disclosure agreements. So by mistake somebody comes in contact with the trade secret, if somebody knows it by mistake or intentionally, then you get signed from them, or you take undertaking from such person that they will not disclose the information. Mark any written material pertaining to trade secret as proprietary. So if you have any material and that contains some kind of trade secret, so over that material you must write that you are the proprietor of that material. And then difference between trade secret and patent. What is difference between trade secret and patent? So trade secret is also invention, patent is also invention, but what is the difference between trade secret and patent? So patent is exclusive right or monopoly given by the government. So patent is granted by government. However, the invention is made by inventor, but the license is given by government for the inventor to use it in monopoly. Then the owner of invention, in return for sharing his knowledge and experience in making of the invention. So this license is granted to the patent holder by the government as a consideration or in return that the inventor is going to share his knowledge and experience in making that invention. That license is given to inventor because he is sharing his invention with the government, whereas only invention can be patented. So invention can be patented, but ideas cannot be patented, processes sometimes cannot be patented. So there are certain restrictions over the things that can get patented. So some of the things which are new, invented but not patentable, and to protect such inventions or information, trade secret plays important role. The temporary monopoly on the subject matter of the patent is regarded as quid pro quo for thus disclosing the information to public. So temporary monopoly can be obtained in case of trade secret, whereas in case of patent, temporary monopoly cannot be obtained. So this monopoly will be for particular duration, fixed duration, say for 20 years. So here in the tabular form we will see the difference between trade secret and patent. So no registration is required for trade secret, whereas registration is required for patent. So trade secret needs less cost for registration or to maintain it as a trade secret, whereas patent requires very huge fees for the patent to be granted. Immediately available, trade secret protection is immediately available, whereas patent takes time to get it granted. Then trade secret can last longer, whereas patent has got limited time, say for example up to 20 years. Patent is protected up to 20 years, but trade secret can be protected up to any time, or it can be protected up to lifetime. So trade secret has uncertain lifespan. It may be up to 20 years, it may be more than 20 years, or it can be 1 or 2 years, or may not have a life. Because if you are going to disclose your information easily to the people, then the information does not remain secret, and then the lifespan gets expired. Leakouts irremediable. So if the information is leaked out, then it is not having a remedy. So in case of trade secret, whereas in case of patent, if the information is already disclosed by the patentee only, and that is protected by government. But when in case of trade secret your information is leaked out, then anyone can copy and you cannot maintain secrecy. So in trade secret, no public disclosure is required. You need not to disclose your information or the methods you followed. Whereas in case of patent, it is mandatory to disclose the information regarding the invention. So in case of trade secret, leak out to lose of trade secret. That means if the information is leaked out, then trade secret loses its status. Whereas in case of patent, publication after 18 months is made compulsory. Patent information has to be disclosed. It is compulsory. Whereas in case of trade secret, information should not be disclosed. Reasons to opt for trade secret over a patent. Why to go for trade secret rather than going for patent? What is the need? Why one should go for the trade secret than patent? Why to prefer trade secret? The very first reason, if the invention is not likely to go out of date for longer time, it may be better to protect it as a trade secret rather than limit your advantage to 20 years. Say for example, you have a new invention. So that new invention which you are going to invent today is going to become outdated, obsolete after certain time. So that time duration is very short. Invention which you have made is having life of 1 or 2 years or 5 years, so that life is not up to 20 years. If it gets exhausted automatically, that this invention or the products produced by using your invention may not be useful for very long duration, then that invention is not having the life for longer duration, or it becomes obsolete, useless after the very short interval. Then one should not go for patent. In such cases, one should go for trade secret. Then second one is, if invention is not patentable. Sometimes all the inventions are not patentable. Some inventions are patentable, some inventions are non-patentable. So in case if the invention is made by an inventor and it is not patentable, in such condition he can maintain secrecy of that information and can use it as a trade secret. If you cannot afford the cost of obtaining patent status, so to get the patent status, one has to make the investment, or one has to pay huge amount for getting the invention registered and to get the patent. So at that time, if a person is unable to pay the costs for patent, then such information can be used as a trade secret. Benefits of trade secret. What are the benefits of using trade secret or going for trade secret? So very first benefit is perpetual protection, not limited by time. As in case of patent, patent is protected for 20 years, not more than 20 years, but this trade secret can be protected for any time, up to any unlimited time. Only thing is, you should not disclose the information to public. So in case of trade secret, you need not to pay for registration cost, whereas in case of patent, one has to pay registration cost and processing costs. So trade secret is not well publicly disclosed like a patent. So patent is disclosed. It is intentionally or mandatory for a patentee to disclose the information, whereas in case of trade secret, it is not compulsory, or it is not required to disclose the information. If the trade secret is disclosed, then it loses its value. So here in this case, therefore the inventor may make improvements to their invention without competition from other businesses. So if you have registered a patent, then you have to disclose your information. So if once you disclose your information, others can take that information and they can think of making improvements in that, and there will be huge competition for that new invention. So invention can be improved. But in case of trade secret, so information is not leaked out, but the information which you have with you can be used by yourself to make the improvements in that information. That is one of the benefit. So take immediate effect. Trade secret takes immediate effect, whereas patent does not take immediate effect. Patent takes lots of time to get it registered. Do not require complex formalities such as disclosure to government. In case of trade secret, one need not to disclose the information. One has to maintain the confidentiality of the information, whereas in case of patent, one has to disclose the information. So there is a complex procedure to disclose the information or complex formalities are required in case of patent, whereas the formalities in trade secret are very less. Trade secret misappropriation. So misappropriation means use of trade secret without permission. So this occurs where someone acquires, uses or discloses your trade secret without your permission and in an improper manner. So if someone uses your invention or your processes or trade secret or discloses your trade secret without your permission, say one employee in working in company discloses trade secret of that company, so that is disclosure of information without permission of company, that can be treated as misappropriation of trade secret. So claim for misappropriation of trade secret, what who can claim and how it can be claimed. So somebody is using your trade secret, how to claim for that trade secret? First, one has to prove existence of trade secret. The information being used by somebody else is your trade secret. You must prove that it was your trade secret and that is existing. And the second one, owner. It must be proven that plaintiff had ownership rights to the trade secret information. That means some invention you have made and you are the owner. So you have to prove that you are the owner for that invention or you are the owner for that process or information. One has to prove that it is a trade secret, then one has to prove that you are only the owner of that information. Then third case, access. It must be proven that defendant had the access to the trade secret information. You have to prove that the person who is using your trade secret was having access. He was using that information when he was working in your industry or in your factory, and that information was known to him, and after leaving this industry he is using your information. You must prove that. So defendant was having access to that information which is secret, one has to prove. Then notice, it must be proven that defendant knew or should have known the information was a trade secret of the plaintiff. If somebody is using that information, a defendant, a person who is using that information was having idea that this is a trade secret of certain particular person known as a plaintiff. We call him as a plaintiff. Owner of that trade secret is plaintiff now here. So the defendant must know that this is a trade secret of plaintiff. And use, one has to prove that the trade secret information was actually used by defendant. So if he has not used your information, then it is not misappropriation. Damages, it must be proved that a remedy exists within power of court to apply. So when you want to make an appeal in the court, that you must prove or you must satisfy the court that it is within the power of court to provide the remedy to the damages or misappropriation of trade secret. So loss of trade secret status. So when this trade secret status is lost, if this information is known to the public by any means, then trade secret status is lost. So negligent disclosure. So you are not maintaining secrecy, you are allowing everybody to use that information, or a very easy access is given to every person, then you are negligent to maintain the confidentiality. Therefore this is the negligent disclosure of information. Then reverse engineering. If somebody is going to do reverse engineering, you have produced some product and you sold it in the market, and another company person purchases that product and makes the reverse engineering and finds that secret, that means your trade secret status is lost. So patenting, if you are going to get patent over the trade secret, then trade secret status is lost and you are going to acquire a patent right. Then injunctive relief. So if somebody is going to use or misappropriate your trade secret, then what are the reliefs? Even if trade secret status is lost unwillingly, if your information is disclosed without your will, the court may grant injunctive relief. So court may give you relief in this regard. This means that although third party may have access to your trade secret, so somebody is using your trade secret, they cannot use the information for given amount of time. So they may have access, but they cannot use it for given amount of time. Up to particular time defined by court, some other person cannot use that trade secret which is leaked without your knowledge. The remedies to misappropriation. If misappropriation takes place, what are the remedies? So court order to stop misuse. Court may pass the order for a person who is misusing your trade secret. Then monetary damages. If the monetary damages are suffered by the owner, then there are two kinds of remedies. One is actual damages caused. So for example, your trade secret is used by somebody else, then actually you are going to face some loss. So that loss is known as damages actually caused. One has to pay that actual damages suffered by you. So if somebody is going to misappropriate your trade secret, then he has to pay the damages actually you have faced. Or actual benefits earned. Somebody is using your trade secret and going to earn profit. That profit he has to return to the owner of that trade secret. Then seizures order. So court may pass the order to stop use of that trade secret. And then precautionary impoundment. So court may take the precautionary steps to stop misuse of this trade secret. And then defenses to misappropriation. Somebody is using your trade secret and then he can defend himself that the trade secret he is used is publicly known. Independent creation. So first one is independent creation. That means you have your trade secret, you have produced some invention and it is maintained secret, but similar invention is made by some other person and he has created it independently. Then he can take a stand that it is his creation and that he has obtained independently. Then you cannot claim damages from such person. So defense of misappropriation is first is independent creation. If it is independent or that person has created similar to you, then you cannot stop him using that trade secret. Second one is unclean hands, owner morally wrong. So suppose say for example you have a trade secret and your trade secret is used by somebody else. So when you are going to stop him to use your trade secret, at that time the defendant may take a defense that the trade secret does not belong to you and this is the property of some other person that you are using illegally and you cannot stop some other person from using it. If the plaintiff himself is wrong, then he cannot stop defendant using the trade secret. Latches, unreasonable delay to claim. Say for example somebody is using trade secret for many more years and after many years you know that somebody is using or misappropriating your trade secret, then you cannot stop because you have made the claim after very long duration. Then absence of secrecy protection measures. So if you are not going to maintain secrecy, everyone can go and have the access to your trade secret, then you have not maintained secrecy and if it is leaked out, then a defense can be taken that secrecy was not maintained or secrecy protection measures were not taken, so no one can avoid use of that trade secret. Trade secret can be used in such cases if you are not taking care to maintain secrecy. Privileges, sharing information media at court trial. So if there is a court trial, in case of court, so one can disclose his trade secret in the court. So Thank you. For today's lecture, we stop here. Tomorrow we will see the next things which are left.